is that nobody wants to be white. We're in 2025.
Sir, they
Here, here,
no,
here, and I'm gonna explain. Wait, let me say
they
my.
subconsciously want to be white.
No.
They
Some
do.
people, and that's why I asked you what
All
your
of them.
intention was. Some people, very few. Nobody wants to be white though. I've heard of lightning cream. I've heard of lightning creams that lighten your skin so you can be. They've chosen to be lighter. And I've never seen somebody. I've never seen a group, a large group of people that want to that besides Michael Jackson, who was a male, and he had vitiligo at that, who chose. Nobody wants to be white, and even the white people. I've never heard somebody. You ask somebody on one of your videos like, why do people want to be white? Blah blah blah. Most of the white people, even I've never heard somebody say they want to be a Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, but so, sir, they're not
Black
going to
people.
actually. They're not actually going to say that to you. It would be ludicrous for them to actually say that. But you go by people's actions, not by what comes out of their mouth. So,
But most of the white
but think
people.
about it. But think about it. Before slavery and before we were colonized, Black people were not putting on wigs that are
You
straight.
just said they were.
No. But let me finish.
Oh!
Acting better. All right, Malik, can you hear me now?
Yeah, what's up? What's up, man?
What's going on? What is your standpoint?
I haven't been listening to the whole chat, but I have seen you on Instagram.
Okay.
And my first question to you is, what is your intention behind what you do in your page and the content that you create? What's your intention?
So the main intention is for Black women to wear their natural hair. So this is why I point out all the hypocrisy and everything like that. Just because Black women have their own natural hair, and it doesn't make sense that they're wearing hair from other races.
And then your intention is for them to be confident enough to wear their own hair out and about in America or around the world here.
Exactly.
So my first thing to you is like, I think, at least from your videos that I've seen, I think your videos and the attention is not really coming across like that and the grand spectrum of it all. I feel like you, and this is not an attack towards you, but it's really trying to gain an understanding and be respectful about it. But if I was to come to you in a way to criticize you and present allegations towards you and present it as facts, I think you would automatically come off abrasive towards me because I don't know anything about you, and and I think that life is very nuanced in a way that even if you did have your beliefs, it's so nuanced that I wouldn't have a right to be disrespectful towards you in that way.
So, I mean, I guess it would depend on what the facts are, because like some people bring facts and I'm like, okay, I agree with that. So I'm not just this person who just disagrees with everybody because they have a stance that's against mine. If you bring substantial evidence and it makes sense, then I'll agree with you. But a lot of evidence that people bring are just excuses for Black women to wear wigs and weaves and things like that.
But it's your point of view too. So when you, and this not to come off abrasive to you again, but for you to wear, I don't understand the point of you wearing wigs when you go up to Black women, and you're wearing like this Eurocentric white boy here. I know your intention is to try to show the irony in it.
Right.
Really, it's passive aggressive. And I think people who don't have the vocabulary or have the understanding, they don't know how to, because you're catching these Black beautiful women off guard, and when they're with their friends, you don't know the dynamic that they have between each other. You catch them off guard. They're young. They haven't really taken the time to get to know themselves. You can tell they're young and they don't understand. And you catch them off guard, so they don't know how to articulate what they're feeling in that moment. And so when you put this stuff up on these internet sites, really it's the global world is seeing this, and you're trying, and really what people can pull from that is that Black people are inferior. They have low self-esteem. They don't like their hair. Everything's about European standards, and it's not. To me, when I look at your videos, I see you. I'm sorry to cut you off, but
go ahead.
To me, certain things that you say, even I can see that you have a bit of an understanding of it. And I think everybody can gain more understanding, because a lot of people are becoming more, they're getting more information now about Africa and the things that we weren't taught in schools, and we're starting to figure out, become more involved in the continent and knowing the countries that exist in there and the different types of looks. And I think that you're kind of educated, but a lot of Black Americans aren't. And so even when you say a statement like, well, Black people don't have straight hair, it's like, well, what are you specifically saying? Like, what is Black? Right?
Well,
in Africa, we have Algerians, we have Egyptians, we have
right, Black people.
Ethiopians, Eritreans. Nipsey Hussle, he was Eritrean.
Right. So when I say Black, I'm talking about Black as a whole umbrella. So as a race of people, not those are all ethnicities or ethnic groups that you named. But I'm talking about like Black Americans, South Africans. There's some people, I know there's a minority of Black people that naturally grow straight hair, that grow blonde hair, like albinos. But I'm saying the majority of Black people do not grow straight hair. So it does not make sense for Black women, 70 to 80% of Black women, to put on these wigs and weaves and things like that. It makes no sense.
Now, when you say ethnicities, also, I think you got that mixed up with nationality. Now I'm talking about a nation of people, the same way we are Americans.
Right.
My race, which is not, it's really stupid too, because people are putting out videos now where they're saying race was a made up idea during the Jim Crow laws and all of these other things to create hierarchy and superiority amongst white people and Black people. It's not that simple though, because there's different nations that will look Black but that aren't Black, and there's different nations that will look white but they're not white.
So what is Black and white then?
Black and white is a race.
Right.
Right. Which is created in America. That's why when you go to Brazil, they're mixed with African and other, and they speak Portuguese, but they're mixed.
Right.
That's due to slavery wasn't just in America. Slavery was in other places like Brazil and other places.
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm just saying people that are the Black racial group. So whether you want to say they're from Black Americans, South Africans, Ethiopians, Eritreans, most of 90% of these people grow Afro-like hair, curls. They don't grow straight hair. So
but
it doesn't make sense for Black women to put on these wigs and weaves and then claim, oh, well, there's Black people that naturally grow straight hair.
Yeah, no, but there is. And see, the thing about what Black Americans don't understand and what the world doesn't understand too, even with weaves and wigs, you already said this in one of your videos, people used to do it in Africa way before slavery.
Right.
So who are they being influenced before that? Was it Europeans? No, other Africans.
So no, but so that was in the Egyptian period. So Egyptians did not wear wigs because they could not get jobs or because they were trying to put on a wig because they didn't feel like doing their hair. They wore it because of hierarchical standards, like the kings and queens wore wigs and things like that. But the everyday people were not doing that.
They were using extensions, but if you go more into it, they were using extensions as well. They would use wool or like sheep. I think it said like something about sheep's fur or whatever the case may be to have extensions. Right. But the case is, this is my point in saying that, is that who says the world is based off of, and this is what makes America so grand and makes the world so grand, is that we innovation. And I don't know if you know what innovation is, but we constantly build off of what we had previously and we make better. Who is to say the beauty in the industry that you're talking about when it comes to hair is called the beauty industry? Right. We're always going bigger and better and bigger and better, but people get stuck at slavery for Black people and they think that that's our beginning, and it's not our beginning.
But why is bigger and better always associated with European hair and standards and things like that?
No. And when I say bigger and better, take for instance, take hair out of the equation. When you talk about TVs, the infrastructure of the streets, lights, anything that we didn't have when we first started off in the beginning of times. This is all innovation. This is just something that we can take and we can experience and take part in and have more fun with. It shows our intelligence. That's what it does. That we are not one-dimensional, that we are very nuanced, that we're all just trying to figure this thing out. So even with that, people give it to Europeans. And that's my other thing too, is that nobody wants to be white. We're in 2025.
Sir, and I'm
gonna explain.
They subconsciously want to be white.
No.
They
some
do.
people, and that's why I asked you what your intention was. Some people, very few. Nobody wants to be white though. I've heard of lightning cream. I've heard of lightning creams that lighten your skin so you can be. They've chosen to be lighter. And I've never seen somebody. I've never seen a group, a large group of people that want to that besides Michael Jackson, who was a male, and he had vitiligo at that, who chose. Nobody wants to be white, and even the white people. I've never heard somebody. You ask somebody on one of your videos like, well, why do people want to be white? Blah blah blah. Most of the white people, even I've never heard somebody say they want to be a Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, but so, sir, they're not
Black
going to
people.
they're not actually going to say that to you. It would be ludicrous for them to actually say that. But you go by people's actions, not by what comes out of their mouth. So,
But most of the white
but think
people.
about it. But think about it. Before slavery and before we were colonized, Black people were not putting on wigs that are straight.
You just said they were.
No. But let me finish. They weren't putting on wigs that are straight. They weren't straightening their hair. They weren't doing things like this that conform to European beauty standards. But as they started to try to get into society and try to get jobs, then you start to see Black women straightening their hair, wearing wigs that are straight. So they only started doing this because they're trying to fit in.
No, that's part of it. It's part of it. There's logicalness in what you're saying. Yeah, that had an influence in it. But if they would have stopped there, the same way they gave us, people are eating collard greens and neck bones and chitlins. That was given to us in a very ignorant way, but we turned it into something like lemonade. And that's the thing with it too. Just because European standards was something that tried to come in to oppress us doesn't mean that females have to stay stuck where they're at and stagnant and just say, I want to wear an afro every day.
But sir, but that's what I'm saying. They don't have to wear an afro every day. As Black people, our hair is very manipulative. We can do so many different hairstyles, but every time today, you always see Black women resort to European type beauty standards. So hold on, they're always putting on straight hair wigs. They're always doing slick backs. They're always doing wash and goes. They're always doing styles like this that make their hair fall down and sway like white people's hair. How come you don't see them wearing afros and Black people type hairstyles?
So why isn't this a question for you with Asian people who are wearing dreads now, or they actually have a fad going on right now where they're cutting their hair and making it look like Black people here to have waves or dreadlocks or twists, or even there's Asian women who wear there's hair attached to a hat and they'll just put the hat on over their head. Or so I saw a video today with Kim Kardashian. She was sitting on the couch with her friend, and the girl said something about her. She thought the hair was hers or something like that. She actually had blonde hair under the wig, and she said, "No, this is actually my hair right here."
So I mean, the Asian people is as clear as day. That's wrong as well. I'm not saying
why is that wrong.
That they put in dreads and because they're literally perming their hair to manipulate it and make it look like Black people's hair.
And what's the problem with that? If they admire the culture. And this is the thing that you don't get either. You have a lot of questions about a lot of people, and this is what I said too. A lot of people aren't treating to be white. You ask somebody, well, why do you have blonde hair in your hair? Why do you have blue? Why do you got this? One, you said, well, what about the TV? You're being programmed basically by the TV that you're watching. This is not old times. That's a speech for an old time. Nowadays, people got iPhones in their hand and they're being influenced by influencers on YouTube.
Okay, so
they're watching the Kim Kardashians, they're watching the Beyoncés, they're watching the Cardi B's, they're watching the Nicki Minaj's, and they want to be like them, not white people. Have you ever seen a Black person say, and that's my question to you too, not to get I'm passionate about it, not to go overboard, but when have you there's not a lot of Black people who want to be white. White people don't even want to be white nowadays. They want to be like Little Uzi, Gucci Man, Lil Wayne, and all these other, they got more current artists nowadays, but they want to be like them. That's why they're at their concerts bouncing up and down and trying to talk like us and wear the clothes like us. But I don't see you going out there being disrespectful to those white people.
But I mean, so the thing about it is they do want to be white because the people that they look up to, like Nicki Minaj and Beyonce, look at what they're doing. They all got nose surgeries to make their nose.
Some people.
Hold on, wait. Okay, sir. I'm not saying everybody, but the people I just named. If you look at them, their noses, they got their nose chopped down. They put lightning cream on. They put their makeup on that's lighter than their actual skin, and then they always wear blonde straight hair like Beyonce. Bro,
So
come on now.
you don't know for sure what that woman is doing. Nobody does unless you have her actual and this is the thing too with celebrities too. You are speaking as if you know her and you have her hospital records or something. You don't know what she's doing.
Sir, but there's clear evidence when you look at her from Destiny's Child and when she was younger to now.
No, sir.
There's clear evidence.
There's a lot of things that I can say about you, but I don't know you from a hill of beans.
No, but you don't have any,
I don't know you from a hill of beans.
You don't have any research on that though.
There you go. You don't have no research on Beyonce. Facts.
I do.
You know what people, you know what's real research too, and that's the thing about what you put out too. These people do case studies. When you graduate and you start going to college, how old are you?
I'm 25.
25. When you, well, still you got time. You're still young, but people do case studies and they have this thing called, when you go to college, they have this thing called citations that we use. And we use citations to, because a lot of people can spew a lot of facts, but we actually go around in circles because nobody's actually taking the time to do case studies and to present factual evidence when you're bringing up an argument. It means nothing if you do not have the right amount of research and the actual factual things that you're doing, whether it's experiments or whatever the case may be, to back up your evidence. Don't present something, especially on this worldwide internet, as if it's facts when you're talking about these beautiful Black women that are doing so much for our culture, while you're over here doing these videos that's tearing our culture down.
That's not tearing them down, because I'm the only one on the internet. Hold on, let me finish. I'm the only Black dude on the internet that's actually telling Black women the wrong about the hair. All you other dudes, you're like, oh, slay girl, you can do whatever you want to do. But I'm the one saying, take off the fake hair and wear your natural hair. How does that break down a Black woman?
Can I answer that?
Go ahead.
The way that you do it is so disrespectful. I heard you say to one of your people on your videos, you said we should just be rude to them. That's why we should be rude to them and then make them take it off.
Yeah, the ones that wear the wigs.
That is you, and this is my point too, and this is what the world needs to hear, because I see videos all the time with people killing people and doing things that's so ignorant. You do not have a right to disrespect somebody else that you aren't like or that you don't understand because you don't understand it. You don't have a right to you don't hear me out.
Go ahead.
You don't have the right to put your hands on it. You don't have a right to disrespect it. And this is what white people have based America off of since the beginning of time, to create propaganda, to tear down Black people, their noses, to lie about history and all these things, because you don't understand it. Just because it's not just because you aren't in that frame state or you're not in that person's body, you don't have a right to hang them. You don't have a right to talk bad about them. You don't have a right to create newspaper articles that make fun of their attributes or whatever the case may be. You don't have a right to. So every time you have a wig on, going in front of Black women who have weave on, you're doing it to create irony and to show off passive aggressive, to bully them really quick and to be rude to them and bring attention to it so they can fit into your standard of what you want.
But sir, it's not bullying, because I'm not making them do anything against their will. I walk up to people and I ask them a question. There's tons of people that say, hey, I don't want to be on camera, and I leave them alone. But a lot of people engage with me and they try to defend their point or whatever, and then that's that. So I'm not actually bullying nobody.
What's bullying about it? They probably think that they're ready to talk to you about it, but they're not really. They don't have the research. They're not well educated. They might not be well spoken. You're catching them off guard again, like I said before, and who knows the dynamics that they're in right then and there. But it's bullying because you're doing it. It's like me coming up to you and put my name. But I don't know your name, but I put your name on my shirt and I walk around like I'm gay. Oh yeah, I'm. What is your name?
Trey.
I'm Trey. If I did that all day, you would feel disrespected. Now, right, you have a right to your personal speech.
But sir, no, but hold on. So I wouldn't actually feel disrespected if
that's you and your personal prerogative.
But hold on, because no, but the thing is, when I know the truth, whatever you say does not offend me. But when
you they don't have a right to do that.
Hold on. But see, the Black women that I speak about, the reason why they get so upset, because there is truth behind what I'm saying. When somebody's just lying, it's like, okay, bro, I know I'm not gay. Everybody in my family knows I'm not gay, so I don't got to worry about that. But if I'm saying, hey, you're insecure or you want to be white or you're lazy, then and you get mad about that, it's because you know there's some truth behind that. For a
What
fact.
you're doing when you do that, you're attacking them whether you realize it or not, and it's harassment. I'm gonna give you, watch this. This is a couple words that I hope help you a little bit in wherever you go. All right.
Go ahead.
There's this word called duplicitous, right? It's pretending to have feelings that his actions contradict. Which you do, in my opinion, you're very duplicitous.
How?
You pretend like or maybe you're unaware of it, but you are presenting yourself like you're helping a culture, you're helping women realize their hair is beautiful, but you're disrespecting them at the same time.
It's not disrespectful though.
You're wearing what's the point of you wearing a wig on top of your head? What is the point? You even said to one of them, I think white people look better with braids than you do.
Right. So
why would you say that to somebody?
So
about their own culture.
Okay, let me explain. Let me explain. Some things I say, it's clear as day. It's a troll. Clear as day. Hold on. Let me finish. Clear as day. If I say black people hairstyles look better on white people, that doesn't even make sense. So there's no reason you should logically even take that serious.
Did that person know that when you said that to them?
Bro, they were laughing.
But did the people know it when you said to them?
Yes.
Does the world know that you're putting this on, that you do not believe that way? Do you believe that?
No.
That you're not putting that in the videos that's coming out. This is what's being presented to the world, to people in Europe, to white people.
Sir, but it's obvious. Like if you look in the comment section, people, they put the laughing emoji.
No, sir.
Because they know. No, and I'm talking about in that one instance. But you asked me earlier why I put on the wig. I put on the wig as a reflection because when I put it on, black women, they laugh at me all the time. And I tell them, hey, this is how white women look at you guys when you guys put on these 613 bust downs and things like that. But they laugh at you guys.
Again, and this is the thing about freedom too that people need to understand worldwide. I hope people will watch this and hear this. Real freedom in America is not controlled by white people. Okay. Right? Their standard, I don't care if they're looking or not. If you don't understand my culture, that's not my problem. You don't have a right to make fun of me or put your hands on me. And this is what white people have done from the beginning of time. I don't care what you get. This is why Trayvon Martin, people like him, are dead. He was judged, and that man thought it was right for him to chase somebody down, even though he's not a policeman, to put his hands on that little boy because he thought he was a gang member because he had a hoodie on.
But this situation is totally different. It's not the same.
Hear my point.
Oh, I think his internet went out. Chat, is he frozen for y'all too?